Good day, my dear students. This is Teacher Michael, and today let's learn about fractions. And to give you an idea what this a fraction is, let's use this pizza as an example. A whole pizza is equivalent to 1. Remember, a whole is equals to 1 as a number. May I ask you a question? Can you eat the whole pizza? One whole big pizza? Yes or no? Maybe most of you will answer, "No, teacher, it's hard." Even me, I think I can eat the whole pizza. We need to slice the pizza into several parts and just eat some part or parts of it. And for me, I think I can only eat one slice. That's why I'm thin. I eat a little. Suppose we divided the pizza into 8 equal parts and just take one part of it. How can we write this part of the pizza as a number? Is it equal to 1? Yes or no? Think about it. The answer is no. Because as I said a while ago, the whole pizza, if you will write that as a number, that is equals to 1. Because a whole is equivalent to 1. Now, if the whole pizza is equivalent to 1, this part of pizza is surely less than 1. And how can we write this as a number? To write this as a number, we will use fractions. So what is a fraction? Fraction is a part of a whole. Part of a whole. Just like your whole body, your hand is part of your body. Now, to write fraction as a number, we need to use two numbers and a bar line. One above the line and one below the line. The number above the line is the numerator, which tells us how many parts are taken from the whole. And the number below the line, we call this as the denominator, which tells us how many parts the whole is divided equally. Let's go back with this pizza. As I said a while ago, I divided this pizza into 8 equal parts, so meaning 8 is our denominator, and I take one part of it, and this part, that will be our numerator. So we have here a number which read as 1 over 8. Can you please say that once again? Very good. We read this as 1 over 8. And 1 over 8 is an example of a fraction. It's getting harder here, so let me first for the continuation about it. By just looking at this figure, some of you might be confused. It's just 1 over 8. Got it. This is so important, my dear students, because in some examples that I will give you later, we will use figures like this. And sometimes you will be confused which fraction I am referring to. Just like in our lesson a while ago, we're talking about the part that I took from the whole. Look at the yellow shaded part that represents the part that I took from the whole. And that's what I am referring to as 1 over 8. And we are talking about this. Remember this? This is 1 over 8 of the whole. And if we will talk about the parts left, that is 7 over 8 of the whole. And okay, let's have some examples now using some figures. Okay, example number 1. Using this figure, 1 is the fraction represented by the shaded parts. Remember, don't be confused. I am referring to the shaded parts. So what fraction is represented by the shaded parts? Think. What is your answer? Wow, very good. That is 3 over 4. So let us now proceed to example number 2. Not all the time we will use circle as or the one that represent a whole. We can also use some other shapes to represent a whole. Just like in our second example, we can use a rectangle as a whole. The rectangle is divided into 5 equal parts. And look at the shaded parts. What is the fraction represented by the shaded parts? Think. Is your answer 3 over 5? If your answer is 3 over 5, you're absolutely correct! Very good! In reading and writing fractions, aside from reading it as over 2, you can also use the word half for singular and halves for plural. Just like, for example, if we have this fraction of the shaded part, aside from we can say it as 1 over 2, we can also say it as 1 half. If we will get 2 or more parts of the whole, we will use the plural form of the word. Just like if we have these fractions which is read as 2 over 2, we can also read this as 2 halves instead. Let me give you one more example. I will show you a fraction, then kindly read it in 2 ways. It's your turn. Let us see if your answer is correct. You can read that as 3 over 10 or 3/10. And this is Teacher Michael once again saying, stay at home, keep safe, goodbye.